taking care of ourselves, both physically and emotionally. Taking care of ourselves is another cornerstone of managing this change or managing this transition. Our minds and our bodies, they need to be strong to handle the demands of these transitions. Regular exercise, healthy meals, and enough sleep, they give us the energy to deal with this stress. Relaxation is just as important. Stress is inevitable, but it doesn't have to take over our lives. Learning techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even taking a walk in nature, it can calm our minds and help us reset. Music can be a wonderful tool for relaxation too. Listening to soothing melodies or even dancing to our favorite songs, they can lighten our mood. When faced with change, keeping an open mind, it can transform the experience. Sometimes, what looks daunting at first turns out to be a blessing in disguise. Instead of jumping to conclusions, we can take a step back and give ourselves time to understand the situation. For example, losing a job might feel like a disaster, but it could also be an opportunity to explore a career we are truly passionate about. When we approach transitions with curiosity instead of fear, they can surprise us in the best ways. Gathering information can also make transitions less intimidating. Often, what scares us most is the unknown. By learning more about what lies ahead, we can replace uncertainty with understanding. Whether it's reading books, doing research online, or asking for advice, knowledge gives us confidence. For example, someone moving to a new country, he or she can learn about the culture, language, and customs beforehand because it makes the transition smoother and less overwhelming. Taking one step at a time is another important strategy. Big changes can feel overwhelming if we try to tackle everything all at once. Breaking things into smaller, manageable steps, it allows us to make progress without feeling overloaded or overburdened. Think about climbing a mountain. It's not about reaching the peak in one giant leap, but taking it one step at a time, appreciating the journey along the way. Talking to someone we trust, it can also make a world of difference. Sharing our worries with a friend, family member, or mentor not only helps us feel supported, but also gives us a fresh perspective. Sometimes, just saying our thoughts out loud, it helps us make sense of them. And if we need more support, joining a group of people who have gone through similar transitions, they can be incredibly empowering. Hearing their stories and learning from their experiences, they remind us that we are not alone and that others have found their way through similar challenges. If we are struggling to cope on our own, seeking professional help, it can be a powerful option. Counselors are trained. They are trained to help us explore our feelings, understand our fears, and develop strategies to move forward in our lives. They can guide us. Counselors can guide us in finding clarity and building resilience, helping us turn transitions into opportunities for our growth. Writing in a journal writing in a journal, it can complement this process. Reflecting on our thoughts, reflecting on our emotions, reflecting on our experiences, they help us understand ourselves better and keeps us focused on what is positive. One of the most underrated tools for coping with change or coping with transition is humor. Humor. When we are in the middle of a tough transition, it's easy to get lost in the seriousness of it all. Laughter has a way of lightening the load. Watching a funny movie, sharing jokes with friends, or simply seeing the absurdity in our situation, it can shift our perspective. It reminds us that even in the hardest times, there is room for joy. And in the grand scheme of things, many of the things we worry about today won't matter 100 years from now. Transitions, no matter how difficult, they offer us a chance to grow. They teach us resilience, they teach us creativity and the ability to adapt. They remind us that life is a journey consistently changing and evolving. By preparing ourselves, learning on our support systems, caring for our well-being, and embracing humor, we can navigate these moments with strength and grace. Change is not something to fear, but it is an opportunity to rediscover who we are and what we are capable of. Together, we can face life's transitions with hope, with courage, and with an open heart. Understanding the impact of transitions and how stress can affect us, it is the first step toward coping effectively. We all have the ability. We all have the ability to navigate change, even when it feels overwhelming. By acknowledging our emotions, avoiding ineffective coping strategies, and seeking support when we need it, we can turn transitions into opportunities for our growth. So, life will always bring changes, challenges, transitions, both expected and unexpected. What matters is how we respond with patience, with self-awareness, and the willingness to adapt. We can face transitions with strength and resilience, knowing that every challenge brings the chance to grow into a stronger version of ourselves. One way to embrace transitions positively is to see them as opportunities. Life is always moving forward. Every challenge and every change is an opportunity to rediscover who we are and what we are capable of. Let's embrace them with open hearts, with open minds, knowing that each step, however uncertain, it is a step towards becoming the best version of